Welcome back, class. I'm Mr. Teacher with the SAT Math video guide. Last time we left off at number 13 on Test 1, Section 3. So let's go to number 14. So, if 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5 equals to 5, then what is the value of 4x squared? So first what we need to do is multiply this out. So let's see where we go. So 2x times 2x, 4x squared plus 10x minus 10x minus 25. This equals to 5. And these two cancel out, plus minus. 4x squared minus 25 equals to 5. 4x squared equals to 30. That's all. Because you don't need to solve by dividing by 4 and getting the square root, because we were asked to find 4x squared. That's 30 is choice E. So, next problem, which is number 15. 15. And there's a little graph here. And point here goes through the goes through the origin, stops here. This is A, this is B. Okay, so the coordinates of point A in the figure above are P, comma R, where the absolute value of P is greater than the absolute value of R. Which of the following could be the slope of AB? So what does it mean when it says the absolute value of P is greater than the absolute value of R? Well, P is the X value and R is the Y value. So we know that the absolute value of X is going to be greater than Y. Like, for example, if there was a point here, this would be minus 6, 2. This value, the absolute value, is greater than this one. So something like that, but we're looking over here. So if P is greater than R, then what is a possible slope of AB? Well, we know it's going to be a fraction with the denominator greater than the numerator, and it's going to be negative. Now, why is the denominator going to be greater than the numerator? The denominator is the change in x, and the numerator is the change in y. And it's going to be negative because there's a downward slope. So, from the choices that they've given, the only one that matches with this format is choice B, which is negative 1/2. It's a negative, that's the change in y, that's the change in x, which is greater than the change in y. So that's choice B, that's the correct answer. Number 16. Okay, so if 3a plus 4b equals to b, then which of the following must equal 6a plus 6b? So let's first simplify this equation. So let's subtract b from both sides. 3a plus 3b is then going to equal to 0. So what is 6a plus 6b going to equal? Well, if you look a bit carefully, you can see that this is just 2 times this equation. So this equation is going to be 2 times 0. So, well, anything times 0 is still 0. So that's choice A. So the answer is 0. Number 17 has a nice big diagram to draw. Okay, so here's this big triangle looking thing. This going up And it's close enough, not drawn to scale for me. And this looks like a midpoint. That's 90-degree angle. Okay, so A, B, C. These are 90 degrees. Okay, so that's point D, the bottom of this dash. This is point E, this is point F. And the length of AB is 10 root 2. The length of BC is also 10 root 2. And this area is shaded. This rectangle. Okay, so in right triangle ABC above, EF is parallel to AC. So this is actually EF. Oh, my bad. Here's EF. EF is parallel to AC. Nice to know. And F is the midpoint of BC. F is the midpoint of BC. Mid BC. So just from this information, we know that this is going to be equal to this. And what else can we? Oh, okay. What is the area of the shaded rectangular region, which is this rectangle? So since F is the midpoint of BC, which is 10 root 2, we just divide by 2 to get the value of one side. So BF and FC. So 10 root 2 divided by 2 is 5 root 2. So each side is 5 root 2. And since this line is parallel with this line, E is also the midpoint on this side. So this is also going to be 5 root 2 and 5 root 2. So now let's start looking at the smaller triangles of this big triangle. So we can see that these are two legs of this smaller triangle, EBF. So the legs are 5 root 2 and 5 root 2. And since this is split, well, this is 90 degrees, that means this is 45 and this is 45 because they're parallel and there's this line of symmetry going down. So if these legs are 5 root 2 in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, this is 45, 45, it's going to be x, x, and x root 2. So the x value in this case is 5 root 2. So the hypotenuse is going to be 5 root 2 root 2. So the squares cancel out. So it's 5 times 2, which is 10. So we know that this length, EF, which is the length of the rectangle, equals to 10. Now let's look at another triangle. Let's see, this FC and this point over here. So we can see the hypotenuse is 5 root 2, and this is 90 degrees. And same thing here, since it's symmetric, this is going to be 45 degrees. This is also going to be 45 degrees. So 5 root 2 is equal to x root 2. So we divide the root 2 out. X equals to 5. Now what is x? X is the leg. So we know that f to this point, this random point, let's call it g. Fg equals to 5. And we know that 10 times 5 is going to be equal to the area of this rectangle. So 10 times 5, which is 50. So the area of the shaded region is 50. That's choice C. And I've run out of time. I hope that this will help you with your math preparation for the SAT, and we will continue on with the rest of the section in the next video. I hope to see you guys soon.